I've had a picture in my office of a particular child. I've never met the child, but I wanted to be reminded that every decision that's made somehow affects children.
When she walks into a classroom, there's no fakery as far as she's walked in. Hello children, and they all stand up and start cheering. I walk in, I say, hi kids, and they all sit down. But I don't mind that, it's one of those things that happen.
It's one thing to see a child who may be in the inner city of Baltimore, who may be having a rough time, like I was having when I was a kid. It's one thing to look at that child and say, too bad. It's another thing to look at that child and say, you know what? That child can be a congressman.
I first met Nancy when I went to ask her if she and the Maryland State Department of Education would partner with the Maryland State Arts Council in the creation of AIMS, Arts Education in Maryland Schools Alliance. And Nancy was wonderful. She was so enthusiastic and 100% behind it. And that was the beginning of a wonderful working relationship, and that was 20 years ago.
The accomplishments in Maryland speak for themselves. By virtually every measure, Maryland is leading the country in terms of academic excellence and achievement. That does not happen without great leadership from the top.
Word was supposed to come between 11 and noon, but news leaked through unofficial channels.
Let's just pause.
I can't say anything.
You do not have a good poker face. Do you have anything you'd like to blurt out at the moment?
That I have unofficial word. But I'm happy.
Nancy's hard work in helping Maryland win the Race to the Top competition, that's no gift from us. That's an absolute investment. And Nancy's ability to listen, to build consensus, to move people outside their comfort zones, put Maryland in a very, very strong spot. Would Maryland have won Race to the Top without her leadership and guidance? I think I think we know the answer, and I think it probably wouldn't have happened.
Imagine the Energizer Bunny. She has more energy. She goes, she moves. I mean, she's constantly in places. She is connecting to people with great authenticity.
As everyone knows, Maryland's first in education, but Maryland is also, we believe, first in arts education, and that is all attributable to Nancy Grasmick's leadership. She has understood the importance of the arts as a core, essential subject area, not an extra, but absolutely central to a child's development. And I think one of the pieces of this is that Nancy started her work in education in working with the deaf. And I think she understood that we talk about communication skills, for example. It's not about skills to get a job. Communication is so fundamental as a human need. People need to express themselves, and Nancy has seen the profound importance of the arts in giving children, and as they grow up and throughout their lives, a means to express themselves in very meaningful ways.
I'd like to be remembered most as a child advocate, a person who believed in children, but believed in them not just caring about them, but setting high standards for them, preparing children for a world which is very, very competitive, always about the children. Children are our future. Teaching, education, is what makes every other profession possible.